know about it? How deep is our knowledge about this product, which has been with us for hundreds of thousands of years? It has had an undeniable influence throughout human evolution. And what do we know about the bee? Just think about it. This tiny being is an entire honey factory on wings. And to this day, we weren't able to create anything remotely similar. This perfectly programmed model never deviated from its path for.
I think there was a lot put into this, the way honey's harvested, the way it works, but I think also talking about like the health benefits of honey, the energy of like some more spiritual aspects of it. I think it was really informative. It took an angle that I haven't really heard before. It definitely made me want to like go out and buy some honey, because the only kind I have right now is hot honey, and I can't put that on everything. But I think it was really informative. I think it was interesting. I think it was informative. I think there was a call to action. Me wanting to go out and get honey is clearly a statement to the power of your call to action in this piece. And overall, it was just really informative and really fun to watch.
This guy goes into this documentary thinking, I'm going to eat only honey for 30 days to gain a better understanding of how honey works and what it means. I think he went into it thinking, this documentary is all going to be about how it affects my body and how it affects my health and things of that nature. And I think it ended up being a very different experience for him. He starts out traveling to Ethiopia and seeing how this culture harvests honey. They, survive off eating honey. They build hives. He immerses himself in that culture. I really enjoyed seeing all the work that goes into creating these hives by hand. And, this community of beekeepers, they create hives, but also they don't feel like they own the swarm of bees. They are allowing this natural order and balance of things to keep this ecosystem balanced. Documentary shifts to various different beekeepers, some that use more modern practices, some who, beekeeping has become just a way of life for decades and decades. And the focus shifts to getting the message out there that honey is a better alternative instead of using sugar. And there needs to be more of an understanding of the benefits of it. And this documentary allows us to see beekeeping practices around the world. And I think he anticipated to document a really physical transformation because of eating only honey, but instead there was this internal transformation because of the experiences that he encountered with everyone who keeps beekeeping as a way of life and as their existence, and it's something that they're passionate about, and in seeing it as a relatable factor from culture to culture to culture, I think is what made this such a transformational experience for this man.
The power of honey, more that we know. Like usually in our communities, in our Western world, let's say, we know that honey is important, but we usually just see it as something to add to our food. Something you add to milk, or something you add to a piece of bread, or to some sweets. But in this case, we see how these communities are actually living off honey, and they build hives, and they spend their whole week, their whole life around honey, like, because it's the primary source of their food, and also we see all the challenges that there are when creating honey, when developing honey, for this, extracting it and then getting ready to go from the first. How can I say? We see the full process, from the honey from the beginning until the end when it's ready to be eaten. So I think it is the film is very well told, that there is a great usage of B-rolls and videos and pictures, and the narration is also quite exciting and entertaining. On top of that, there is a beautiful cinematography that really takes you and drives you.
You just like really got taken on this journey, and it was beautiful, and you saw all these different shots, but I really liked the underlying message of, at the very end, the point that they were making of like, is like this film enough? Is what we've, explained and educated enough. And their immediate reaction was like, once we asked ourselves that question, once we posed that question to ourselves, the answer was no, so we did something more. And then they were also able to incorporate that into the movie, which I thought was so fantastic and so smart, of, you know, showing them, teaching the next generation, and making the point that if you get the younger generations involved, if you get the kids involved, there's so much of a higher chance that your message is going to have a lasting effect, because those kids are going to grow up and, you know, they're going to remember the things that they were taught. They're going to remember the experiences that they had, and they're going to want to be able to continue and give those things to their kids. So they want bees to continue, and they want, you know, the ecosystem and, you know, the habitats and everything to still be around, so they can, you know, share those experiences and continue to pass them along, which I thought was such a great message at the very end.
I loved the playfulness and naturality of the storytelling. This was an interesting challenge to survive on water and honey for 30 days. I love the exploratory and nature-oriented view of honey and the visit of different paradises around the world to see firsthand how honey is produced by bees and safeguarded by beekeepers. I wish I had access to tasting the varieties, as he expressed major differences in flavor between the different regions. It is visually astonishing. This film also helps us value and be aware of the importance bees have for human survival. And I love how he showcased the importance of understanding their value economically as well.
Really great narration throughout, really great script, very poetic, really. It's not just to me, it's so well rounded, because it's not just about the point you're making, isn't just about the honey or the bees or humans in nature. It's about all of it and how it's all connected. I loved when he said Winnie Pooh's dream, truck full of honey. That was really cute. Just a really great, interesting movie.